welcome everyone to another episode of the In the Hot Seat podcast. And in this episode is definitely the season finale for the review of The Last of Us for season one. We made it to episode number 9, and getting into that, basically, towards the end of the game, basically, where Ellie and Joel are looking to make their way to the hospital. They eventually did. We saw beforehand with the different change. I don't remember seeing in the game, but how things transpire way in the beginning, uh, basically to the time where Ellie was born. We did get to see the original Ellie in the game actually be basically Ellie's mother, which was really cool to be able to see that. So it was really like a passing of the torch on this. So I thought that was really cool. We saw Troy Baker be able to be a part of the previous episode where he was basically dealing with the cannibal group, basically, and where he was called Buddy Boy on that and ended up dying on that note by Ellie. So with this one, we did get to see Ashley Johnson on this one and being able to uh, be Ellie's mother on this one. So roles reverse on that. So that was really cool to be able to actually not only hear Ellie's voice, but able to see the original character from the game. But this time she was able to be, like I said, the mother on this one, and how they were able to meet Marlene on that, and how basically Marlene took in Ellie at that point. So more of how things came out to be and how things transpired and how everything turned out for Ellie on that. But then for the rest of the episode, basically more of the journey for Joe and Ellie being able to make their way to the hospital. On that, we also got to see that scene too, like where they're in this place where they get to see a giraffe. So that was really cool to see that moment from the game to be able to be transpired there. They eventually met up with Marlene's group. They didn't know who was out there, so they basically captured them and basically taking Ellie to the hospital, realizing that with her being immune and everything and trying to be able to deal with the cure from her. But it wasn't really going to go so well. Basically, she wouldn't really make it. So Joe was able to find a way to stop everyone, especially the group, and as well going into the operating room, taking out the doctor, and as well saving Ellie in the process on top of that. So once Ellie was able to basically wake up, she wanted to know what happened, and basically was told a lie on that, because with that being said, after a while, Marlene ended up actually dying on that part, being able to see that again. So that basically gets into with the second part of the game, part two, for season two. A lot to look forward to for season two. I heard they'll be doing production very soon, which will be awesome. Looking forward into the news updates with that, like I did with season one for The Last of Us. And we'll definitely be back here reviewing The Last of Us for season two. So I definitely enjoyed season one, being able to see different things that didn't really get to happen in the game, or things changed a little bit differently, but everything else seemed basically word for word, which is really awesome. And being able to see the actual characters like Marlene being able to play herself, which was really cool to be able to see that happen. And just how things transpired for the whole season. It's hard to say what was my favorite episode, but definitely up there as of right now is for the Left Behind part of the game, definitely for sure, and especially when they had it in the pun book, definitely one of my favorite uh, episodes for sure for The Last of Us as a whole. So for part two, basically get into more adventure, more craziness, definitely some romance too as well for our hopefully, I'm sure we'll get to see one of my favorite scenes of the game for The Last of Us Part 2. I wonder who else who will actually repress their roles or be doing their roles again from the game, being able to be a part of Part 2. So that should be interesting to be on the lookout for. So those are overall my thoughts on The Last of Us for Season 1. What are your thoughts? Definitely, if you're watching on the video version, leave a comment as always. And don't forget to leave a like as well as subscribe and hit the notification bell and stay notified for the In the Hot Seat podcast because it helps out grow the channel as always. And we just recently reached the goal for 30 subscribers, looking to reach the 100 goal and so on and so forth. So help out the algorithm as always. Definitely check out the socials as always for the link tree for everything else. I have most recently my first pro wrestling interview of the year, so definitely check out that as well. So lots of pro wrestling, lots of pop culture right here for the In the Hot Seat podcast. Of course, reviews and interviews as always. So I'll catch everyone next time for the In the Hot Seat podcast.